Hi, this is Alon Geva, and what I'd love to go over today is just sharing very briefly that I'm going to point back to yourself, yet I've experienced for some time a lot of fluctuation from believing being a person and recognizing that I am the boundless space of awareness, and there would be a duality. I am that which is nameless and formless, and wow, I am a person with ideas and opinions and judgments and preferences and memories and stories and emotions, and then boom, silence. And then say, oh, this is who I am. My mind would tell me, this is who I am. And I would just be between who I am and recognizing the story of who I am, yet identifying with the story at times, or just witnessing the story, yet there would be a sense of two. So, as the attention being rested on awareness, then when the attention collapses within who I am, the Supreme alone exists. When the attention goes to thought, Alon appears. And when Alon appears to be in a world. Yet Alon is just a habit, is just a conceptual image. Because even if I try to imagine myself, I only have impressions that came through the body, which are mental pictures of particular parts of the body in particular situation. So I just want to share with you that it appeared that I was going through a lot of fluctuation, and this is normal and expected, or you already experienced it, and just persevere, keep going back, keep investigating, keep exploring, keep concentrating, keep discriminating, keep withdrawing the attention back to yourself, keep going, direct the mind back to yourself. The keep going is bringing the mind back to yourself, bringing the mind back to yourself, bringing the mind back to yourself, until there would be established in the recognition that you are the self, and all appearances appear within yourself, yet you have nothing to do with that. You have no relationship with that. That means the involvement with it would cease, and it would be able to be seen without any preferences, without any judgment, without any resistance, without any conflict. And as it is seen arising, this is where the habit is actually appears into the surface, and it burns, appears into the surface and melts away, just dissolves. And as it dissolves, you remain, and you remain, and you remain. And the establishment of you, which is always here, is being established, and unknowingly you know that you are boundless space of awareness. And with that, let's hear some quotes from Wuxing. The master said, "As you can't have a cloth without thread, there can be no appearances in the absence of consciousness. As you can't have cloth without thread," that means the cloth that we wear is made from threads. You take the threads away, there's no cloth. That means what the cloth is made from is threads. What the thoughts are made from is consciousness or presence of awareness, the source, which is you. So within the thought, you are, except you are is not a thought. You are permeates the thought, and when the attention is locked within the thought, you are appears to be a thought, an image. Yet when the thought dissolves, you are remain. Check if there is a thought right now. So might a thought appear and disappear, or there is a stream of thoughts, and you are the space all around it, and just look at the thought or the stream of thoughts and recognize who remains. And just stay with the recognition without trying to understand it. Although words are being used, my main objective is this would be experiential for you. That this will have will touch you deeply, because the moment you experience who you truly are, it's irreversible. There starts to be a knowing of yourself to be boundless space of awareness, not intellectually, a deep knowing that is you. And the more the attention rests within you, this deep knowing is being established, just like being identified. I am a person, I am a man, I am a woman. There would be the same identification. I am that which is aware, except it won't be a mental knowing, it would be a deep knowing of yourself. As you can't have cloth without thread, there can be no appearances in the absence of consciousness. An individual is one such appearance, the infinite imagined to be finite fragment. An individual is one such appearance. The individuality or the individual is just an idea. It might be challenging to comprehend it because you say, wait a minute, it's not just an idea, it's a real physical form. Yet, if we'll just leave the form aside for a moment and go to the time that you're dreaming, when you're dreaming at night, because your five senses close and you lose the physical objects of the world, that means you're not conscious of the bed you sleep in, you're not conscious of the room you're in, you're not conscious of the house you're in, you're not conscious of what's going on all around you. You are actually going into, let's say, the dreaming mode, which means mental images start to appear within the field of awareness. When you dream, you perceive yourself to be somebody there. You might be with other people, other friends, you communicate with them in the dream, you might be chased in the dream by someone, you might face a threatening situation. You're there as a conceptual image, and there's other conceptual image that are taking place in that circumstances. All of it is happening in your mind, in the dream world, yet it has nothing to do with what we call the objective world. Yes? The circumstances of the objective world in the waking state. Yet in the dreaming world, you perceive yourself to be a personality, an individual entity with a physical form, yet it's all conceptualized in your mind. So it might be challenging for some of you to realize that an individual is one such appearance. That means who I take myself to be is in an appearance, a conceptual image, in myself, which is the field of awareness, which is not conceptual, it's not an image, it is the source from where images appear and disappear. So he is pointing, an individual is one such appearance, the infinite imagined to be a finite fragment. That means I imagine myself an individual, a personhood, when in fact I am beyond imagination. I am prior imagination. I am boundless space of awareness. Only one who establishes an observation post outside of the structure of the individual can have a clear sight. He's pointing about seeing clearly, and seeing clearly is being established in just being aware and seeing the habits, seeing the memories, seeing the movement without being involved in it, without being in relationship with it. Only one who establishes an observation post outside of the structure of the individual can have a clear sight. Failing to do this while hoping for clarity is like trying to draw water from a 3-meter well with a 2-meter rope. Let's say I'm in a story. Yes? In a story, that means I believe something should be different than what is. Now, when I examine the story and my attention is withdrawn from the story, there is clarity. I can see it. Let's say I'm upset and I believe I'm right and I want to be right and I argue and I give all the excuses or find all the proof that I'm right. In that moment, all my attention goes into the story. And then one moment it ends, and then I look back and see what was happening. My attention is withdrawn from the story and I can see it from a different perspective. When you're in a story, or when I'm in a story and I examine the story, and the moment I see that it's just a story, the moment I see that it's not really real, I just imagine an idea, I just got attached to a particular preference I have, then my attention is zoomed out and withdrawn and is returning closer to who I am, or merges or collapses to who I truly am. And that's clear seeing. And he ends this, enough for today. So take it in. If you need, listen to it twice. If you're really earnest about knowing who you truly are and undoing who you think you are, listen to it again. Take it in. Be aware if you recognize who you truly are right now and throughout this video. And I wish you great success until next time. Thank you very much. I really, really bless you.